you guys? Welcome back to Lily Reads. In today's video, we have a Pride theme weekly vlog. This is gonna be, I guess, a shorter weekly vlog because we're only reading 2 books and they are both young adult, I believe, and one of them is written in like verses and stuff like that. So this should be a rather short reading vlog this week, but I'm actually really excited to sink my teeth into both of these books. I have been looking forward to both of these books for quite a while, and when I could get my hands on them, I got my hands on them. I knew I wanted to read them during Pride Month. So this is a Pride theme vlog. Did you really think Pride was going to pass without me reading some LGBTQ plus representation? Absolutely not. So we are going to be reading 2 queer young adult novels. I will start with the one by Dean Atta. Dean Atta is the author of the book The Black Flamingo, which you all know I read back in February and very much so enjoyed. I should go get it. So The Black Flamingo won the Stonewall Book Award. I read this book earlier this year. I love this book. I believe I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. So I thought I would get into only on the weekends, which you can kind of see I'm in front of a window. But I don't know what this book is about. I believe it is about a group of boys who hang out and like have crushes and all that type of stuff. I don't know. I'm excited to sink my teeth into it. I thought this would be perfect. This is a new release, so this book just came out, I believe, either last month or the month before. So get your hands on this. I think Dean Atta is an amazing author, and I think you should read it. I think you should read it. You should definitely try to read it during Pride. Oh my gosh, are you serious? So I knew when I heard this book was coming out, I was going to get it and I was going to read it all through Pride. Okay, so I'm excited to get into this. And then we have The Stars and the Blackness Between Them. I have heard about this book, but I haven't really heard any or seen anyone do a dedicated like reading vlog where they talked in depth about this book. That does not mean it does not exist. It means I have not seen it. And so I thought this would be the perfect book to read. I know this has like some queer romance vibes, themes, whatever. I don't know anything really much about either of these 2 books. When I know too much about a book, I probably don't read it. So like I like to be as like surprised as possible going in. So I do not know what this book is about. I do not know how to pronounce this author's name. I will know by the time I come back to read it. I will look up how to pronounce this author's name, but I am going to try out of respect. Junauda Petrus. Junauda Petrus. That was my attempt. I will know by the next time you guys see me. But those are the 2 books. I'm going to come closer. These are the 2 books that we are going to be reading in this video. I am very excited to get into these. We're going to get into only on weekends first because honestly, I feel like I can finish this book in one sitting. Like if you could see the words, they're like that. It just won't take that long. It's like maybe like 2 hours of reading, I'm sure. So we're going to get into this one first. I'm very excited because if you do not know, Black young adult has been the theme of my year. I am so impressed by Black young adult fiction. I have loved it so much. My favorite book of the year is a young adult romance. Who would have ever fucking thought? So like I am so excited. Actually, my top 3 favorite books this year are young adult. Who would have thought? Oh my gosh. But like I am so excited to get into this. Back into I haven't read a YA book since February, I think. So I am so excited to get back into, why am I like crouching over hurting my back? I'm so excited to get into YA and read some YA. So yeah, this is what we're going to read. I will see you guys in the next clip. Peace. Hello, you guys. This is the first update for our Pride vlog. I have read about 100 pages of Only on the Weekend. I'm quite literally on page 92. And you know what? Do I really have thoughts? I don't really have thoughts. This is kind of, I wouldn't say a mindless book, but it's just a book you can read. Like, it's a good time. Like, it's nothing like to me to have deep thoughts about. That's what I kind of love about the YA genre at the moment. Yes, who would have ever thought? I'm the person who was first like, please defund YA. And now look at me. Some of my favorite books of the year are YA. But like, that's what I love about YA. It's just mindless and so cute and so adorable. It just gives me all the like butterflies because it's so cute to just see little kids just so in love and all that stuff. But anyway, we are following one boy in particular. His name is Mac, and he is a gay boy. His father is a director. They have money. And when we start off the story, Mac is in a relationship with an actor, but we don't really know who this actor person is. So Mac goes to school and he takes like what we would call in America home ec. He takes that class, and when he's in that class, he meets a girl named, what is this girl's name? Her name is, it starts with an M. Their name almost is like exactly the same. Anyways, he meets this girl. And this girl has a cousin. And her cousin is like star of the basketball team. Every girl has a crush on her cousin. But Mac, he also has a crush on her cousin, but he's just like, whatever. So he doesn't think anything's gonna come of it because he's like, I'm gay. This boy is probably not gay, and I don't want this to be weird. So like, whatever. So they are in this home ec class, and they become partners in this home ec class. Well, while they're in this home ec class, he ends up hanging out with the girl that he's friends with because they become good friends. And Kay, which is the cousin's name is Kay, the boy that he likes name is Kay, and they start to hang out, and before you know it, a little, closeted relationship starts to form. And basically, you're just following him throughout all of that, being in kind of this closeted little will they, won't they. He has 2 straight friends. This is, by the way, following 3 black boys, I believe. He has 2 straight friends. They are all black. He has 2 straight friends, and they kind of, they say things that are a little thinly veiled homophobia, but they don't mean what, they just don't know what they're saying is not what they should be saying because they're kids. They haven't really, but they are very accepting of him, and they, they stand up for him when people try to say bad things. But the 2 friends are now dating the cousin's best friends. Not Kay, not the boy, the girl that he's now best friends with from the home ec class. She has 2 friends named Khadijah and something else, and his 2 best friends are now dating. So they now in like a throuple, like they doing a little throupling, like they all coming together and like dating whatever. And so it's just really cute. It's just really wholesome. I am enjoying it. You want to know what I really love about Dean Atta's writing? I love how Dean Atta doesn't make, there's certain stories where you want the coming out story. You want the, oh my gosh, I need to tell people that I'm not straight and all of that stuff. You want that story. You want that representation. But what I enjoy about Dean Atta's writing is the softness in which he explores the queerness of black men. Just the softness and the people wanting to be soft and them wanting softness from other people. That is what I really love. Like the care that is put into this and the validating of people's feelings and how you want that same like young love, just like anyone else will want that same young love. That's what I love. I just love that they treat queer relationships like any other relationship, but we still are realistic. We focus on the things like I said, like Mac, our main character, is in a closeted relationship at this point because Kay don't want nobody to know they dating, but it's like it's still Kay isn't judged for that, right? Like it's still handled with softness because they're just kids, I'm enjoying it. I really am. So I don't know if I'll come back with I'll probably come back with final thoughts. I guess this probably won't be too long. It's not going to be an hour vlog. I'm only reading 2 books in this video, but I do want to show you guys some books that I recently got. We're here for a haul. I told you guys I don't do haul videos anymore, but I purchased the swap. I purchased some like thrillers, whatever. I literally got these books for like $2. So like, bear with. Everything I show you guys is literally like things I've like thrifted. I'll tell you guys if I pay full price for anything, but all of these are thrifted books. But I am going to also show you in the next clip, in another clip, I'll show you some other books I got. I'll just show you guys the ones that I thrifted because I did actually pay full price for 2 books. Anyways, The Swap, I bought The Swap. It's a domestic thriller. Love that. Every Value Break. I've heard nothing but negative things about this book, but when I saw this book for $3, I was like, I knew I wanted to read it. And I've never read any Peter Swanson, so I plan on doing an entire Peter Swanson video. Stay with me. So I got Every Value Break for like $3, and then I got The Girl with a Clock for a Heart. You'll notice a lot of the books that I buy thrifted have plastic because usually, unfortunately, libraries go, either certain stock gets like moved out or libraries go out of like business. And so like they sell the books for like $2 anyway. So that's how like most of these books have plastic on them because I got them from like $1. Anyway, The Girl with a Clock for a Heart, Peter Swanson. And then I got 8 Perfect Murders. You guys, I thought I was reading this book when I read Leanne Morty's 8 Perfect, what's that book called? 9 Perfect Strangers. I thought I was reading this and I got them confused and I'm like, I just thought I had a different cover. I literally thought I had a different cover and that's why like things. And then I'm like, no, these have to be 2 different books and they are 2 different books. Okay. Anyways. So yeah, I'm going to do a Peter Swanson video sometime. It may not even be this year, but I am going to do a Peter Swanson video. I bought The Chalk Man. Like, I'm so sorry. If a thriller is literally $2, that's the only way I'm going to buy it. I no longer pay full price for thriller, unless it's something I'm like really looking forward to, and I never really be looking forward to a thriller. Sorry. The Chalk Man. The Other Miss, Mary Kubica. You guys know I love Local Missing Woman. Did Mary Kubica write Local Missing Woman? Yeah, I think Mary Kubica wrote Local Missing Woman. So I bought this, literally $2. The Mother-in-Law, like $2. Like, I literally did not pay more than $5 for any of these books. I bought Angie Thomas On the Come Up. I had this idea for a video where it's going to be like Kenya Gets Woke. And I want to read this book, The Hate You Give. I want to read this book and like some other, like The Poet X. Like, I'm so sorry. I don't know. It's kind of corny. It's kind of cheesy and dumb. But I want to go like Kenya Gets Woke video about all the like young adult, like wokey books. I want to read them because I've always wanted to read this. So this is the person who wrote The Hate You Give. Then you have On the Come Up, and then you have Concrete Rose. I don't know if they're all in the same world. I know Concrete Rose and The Hate You Give are. I don't know if On the Come Up is. I don't know if they're all in the same world. I would have to go look into it. But I hate books about people singing. But After Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson, maybe I'm singing a different tune. I don't know. I really like that book. And then, you guys, do y'all remember that series from way back in the day called Quarantine? Right here, I have book 4 and book 2. But I have book 1 and book 2 on the way. I could only find, like, I always wanted to read the series, and for some reason it came back in my head, and I found them thrifted, and I had to buy them. So book 1 and book 2 are on the way. So book 1 and book 3. I have book 2 and book 4. So those are on the way. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I do a little bit more reading. Actually, probably when I finish the book. And then we'll move on to the stars and the blackness between them. And then I'll show you guys 2 books I did buy on full price. I had to do every now and then. I'm not a full price book buyer, but every now and then I do. By the way, this is like my new, when I don't want to put books on my bookshelf yet because everything on my bookshelf makes sense to me. I'm going to give you guys a bookshelf tour one day, but the thought of getting on a step stool and showing you guys the books at the very top, like, it'll be a whole thing. But I probably will by the end of the year. If I don't want to put the books on my shelf yet because it's too much, I put them here. But now that I've showed you guys, I have no choice but to just go ahead and put them on my bookshelf. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next clip. Peace. Guys, I am quite literally at the pool and I'm sitting in my Jeep with the top down and I'm reading this book, and like I'm like sitting here, and there's the funniest thing that I have ever read in a book in this book, and it's funny for no reason. You're not gonna get it, but I have to explain it. Okay, so in this book, I told you guys that the main character, Mac, his dad is a director. So his dad is a director and he wants to film a movie in Scotland, so they're gonna move from London to Scotland. But Mac doesn't want to move to Scotland because he has a boyfriend back in London. So he goes and he reads the script that his dad is going to adapt it to a movie. So as he's reading the script, we read the script, and it's a really good script, right? You're like, wow, these words are good. And so Mac goes, oh my gosh, the worst part about this is that I'm moved by this guy's writing. And you're like, yeah, the script is good. That's the worst part about it. Your dad should make a movie about this. And then he's like, not emotionally moved, physically moved. I had to move because this guy wrote this. Why did that send me? He's like, not emotionally moved, I'm physically moved. I gotta move because this guy wrote that. Why is that killing me? You guys, I have been sitting in my car for the past hour reading this, and maybe with the sun and everything, I'm just drained and I'm losing all sense, but that killed me. I was in my car laughing. People at the pool are like looking at me because that made me cackle. Anyways, I will see you guys. I kind of fear I have a bitter rant review working up in me, so I just finished this book, Only on the Weekends by Dean Atta. I'm giving this book 3 out of 5 stars, and it is purely out of bitterness, out of pure disappointment and bitterness. Okay, so there's a love triangle in this book. And it's between our main character, this boy he meets when he moves away to Scotland, and like the boy he's dating in London. And like I found the relationship between the boy in London and our main character to be so interesting, because one of the boy he's on the basketball team, it's the one who I told you was like really popular. He's closeted, he has his reasons, and like our guy goes to London and he meets this guy who is famous and he's not closeted and he has money and and they end up together. He does not end up with the guy in London who he is with in the beginning of the novel, and I'm kind of pissed. Because I wanted Kay and Mac to work out. Because hear me out. A lot of times in LGBTQ novels, a lot of our closeted characters get the shitty end of the stick. It's almost like they are punished for being closeted. That's how it feels sometimes in books when the closeted person doesn't get to be the love interest in the end, or everyone gets to talking crazy about the closeted person. I feel like the closeted person gets like, they don't get nice things because they're closeted. It's almost like you're closeted, so you deserve the shit end of the stick. And it's like, that's not okay. It is not okay, especially when we're dealing with a young adult novel and it's talking about kids. I feel like Kay deserved a happy ending, especially because we saw Kay trying to make strides towards being open about his sexuality. Like he was trying to find his rhythm as a gay boy in a society, a hyper masculine society. He was trying, and I just felt like in the end, if he would have ended up with Mac, like it would have all been worth it. And yes, Kay was a bit shitty sometimes. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, there was times he wouldn't talk to Mac, but like, Kay was dealing with his own shit. And so when you take into account Mac was over there in Scotland with the guy name is Finn, and they were low-key cheating, it's like, we can't have grace for Kay. I feel like Kay did not get any grace in this novel in order to give our main character Mac this story of like, he's found his people in Scotland and he's found people who accept him and he can wear his Fenty Beauty out and he doesn't have to be worried about women. Like, he's found his people, but I feel like he had his people in London. Like, I just don't believe the people in London should be wrote off so quickly. Like, they liked Mac. You know what I'm saying? And I just... No. So, like, that's my biggest gripe with this book is that, like, it didn't end the way I wanted it to feel. The way the K character was treated didn't really rub me the right way. Like, there's nothing, like, problematic about it. It just didn't rub me the right way. It just didn't rub me the right way. I felt like K deserved more. And then if we're going into, like, actual, like, the writing of the book and how I felt about the Finn and the Scotland like that whole story arc, Matt going to Scotland, boring, like it was so boring. Like, I am so sorry. So we're in London the first like half of the book, and then we go over to Scotland for about 200 pages of the book, and like boring down. Like, I did not care about Cleo, I did not care about Finn, and I did not care about Ross. Like, they were boring. I'm sorry, when you take into account that and like the London crew we got at the beginning, like it was just boring. I am so sorry. It was giving kind of boring. It wasn't giving nuance. That's what it was. It wasn't giving nuance. Like, I felt like in the beginning we had these characters who were in London, who were in high school. They were just school kids. They were all trying to figure out their sexuality, and they were all coming together. It was given found family. It was given found family. That's what it was given. But then we go to the other half of the book, and we in Scotland, and like everybody has their life together, even though we kids. They don't really gel as a group to me. Finn just seems famous, and what, like, it just didn't ring true. Like, I don't know. It almost felt like a fantasy world for Mac. So I didn't like that. And then I keep breaking it down and telling you like 200 pages this, 100 pages this. This book is too damn long. I think in the beginning I told y'all you could read this book in like 2 hours. I could not. You guys, I sat in my Jeep for 2 hours yesterday and I read like half of the book. Then I took a bath and read another 100 pages, and then I just finished 200 pages just now, literally right before I hopped on this camera. It took a bit too long to read this book, and it's because that Scotland storyline is so damn bad. I'm giving this 3 stars, which is really unfortunate because this was one of my most anticipated releases of the year. I was hyped to read this, and like, it let me down. It didn't let me down in like a Dean Atta is not the reason why this book let me down. It let me down because it didn't end the way I wanted it to end, and I take my ship seriously. I like K. I want K to get his own story about him finding love. And here's the thing. I'm only saying this in like jest, like it's not really, because it's not Mac's job to like be the closeted boyfriend for K. Like, nobody wants to be in the closet. Nobody wants to be hidden. And Mac doesn't want to have to go back in the closet because K isn't fully out about his sexuality. So I 100% understand why K and Mac can't be together. But it don't change the fact that I wanted love for K. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the stars and the blackness between them. I've actually already started a little bit of that book. So yeah. Oh, I said I was gonna show you guys some new books that I purchased, and I'm a woman of my word. I bought Tessa Bailey's Killer Vacation. So I'm assuming these are the books that Tessa Bailey like self-publishes. So like this and the Christmas one, Window Shopping. I'm assuming Tessa Bailey like self-publishes books in between when she like traditionally publishes books. And this is like a murder mystery from Tessa Bailey, which like I am in. Like, low-key, I kind of want a few of the romance girls to dip their toes into like murder mystery romance. I don't know. This seems like it's gonna be good, and I love the cover. What a cute cover. It has that like that indie feel that books have. And then I purchased We Weren't Looking to Be Found. I plan on reading some new black fiction that came out this past year. So like, this might be a book I read next month. You can find out on my July TBR that I plan on posting a video about. But yeah, this is just some new fiction that I bought. I haven't been buying a lot of new books. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I did just place an order on Amazon that had some new fiction that I was looking forward to, but there's a reason. In a vlog I'll explain to you why I had to buy a couple books. But anyways, I will see you guys for the stars and the blackness between them, and then we'll wrap this video up. Okay, so the stars and the blackness between them. This book follows two teenage black girls. We have a black girl who lives in Trinidad, and we have a black girl that lives in Minneapolis. And basically, both of them are queer black girls, and we're following them through their experiences learning about their sexuality. So when the book starts, both of these girls are in two totally different places. One's in Trinidad and one is in Minneapolis. And so the girl in Minneapolis, she has a mom and dad who are very like woke. Like they try to accept her sexuality. Her dad is kind of harder to come around than her mom. Her mom is very free spirit, like girl, do you. Her dad kind of is like, girl, can you wear dresses? Can you stop being such a tomboy? Like get it together. But she still knows that she wants to be who she wants to be, and she's not going to listen to her daddy. She looks at all different public figures and she finds strength in them, and they make her see that maybe she is queer, because the thing is, she's not fully down with the idea that she is a lesbian, because she has a boy who she's like messed around with. Like, so she's like, I think I'm a lesbian, but I don't know. Like, nothing has really felt right. So we're trying to get her coming into her sexuality. So then we have the girl in Trinidad, and the girl in Trinidad is more sure of her sexuality. She has had in a relationship with a girl, and like she's from this very like, what would be the word? Spiritual would be the word. She's from this very spiritual family. She has a grandmother or auntie, or maybe it's just the lady she know. I don't know. Who like really helps her and who really accepts her sexuality and helps her along that journey. That is something I really like about this book. I like how the women in these girls' lives are really helping them come to terms with their sexuality. We love to see it. But yeah, so she has had a relationship with a girl in Trinidad. They've been seeing each other, and one day her and the girl are making out. They are making out, and all of a sudden the girl's daddy comes along, not the girl we know, the girl who she's making out with. Daddy, like family comes and it's like, oh my gosh, this is against God, this is nasty, what are y'all doing, and so basically word around town is she's a lesbian. Everyone's looking at her crazy, and so she gets shipped off to go live with her daddy in the United States of America. And that is when our two girls get to meeting one another. Being said, I'm enjoying the book. I truly am enjoying the book. I did not know that the girls had met each other before, but that's another thing. They've actually met each other before, like when she used to come to visit, and like now, so they're like reconnected. It's good. I like seeing black girls like, you know, come into their sexuality. I do. So I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna finish it. It's a short little book. How many pages is this? It's barely 300 pages. It's just a short little book, something you can read over the weekend. Like, it's just nothing all too, like, you know, it's not girthy. But yeah, I'm gonna finish it, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning or something, and yeah, we'll wrap up this video. Okay, you guys, I have finished The Stars and the Blackness Between Them. I am going to give this book 4 out of 5 stars. This book has everything that I love. The whole magical realism element that we get in the end. Like, they did that for me. They know how much I love that in books when we have like ambiguous like death with like magic. I loved it. I really did. There's a quote in this book that's like, if I have to die, let it be soft. Like, come on, the pen was penning. I love that. This book was just, it was good. It was just really good. I enjoyed learning about the different generations of queer women. If like, sorry, this was good. So that's the end of this video. Like, I'm just gonna wrap up the video at this. Usually I like keep the video going and then I give y'all another wrap up clip, but I'm honestly going to finish it here. So we have Only on the Weekends and The Stars and the Blackness Between Them. This is the superior book. If you're trying to pick up something in the last couple days of Pride Month or any month, this is probably the one you pick up. Only on the weekends is literally just infuriating. I could go on and on about how infuriating this book is. Mac, the main character in this book, Mac, like, I hate to be that person who calls little kids annoying and shit, but like, he's terrible. Like, he is so terrible. And like, I thought I was alone in that opinion. I'm like, am I the only one who dislikes this little boy? No, everybody in the Goodreads comment is tagging his ass because like, he was horrible. Like, he just, like, his life was pretty good. Like, he had a daddy who accepted him. He had a daddy who had money. He had friends. The most popular boy in school liked him. And like, all of a sudden, he act like everybody was against him. And it's like everybody else has real issues in their life. And it's like, Mac got on my nerves. So this book, 3 out of 5 stars. Like, I'm sorry, I'm bitter about it. It didn't end the way I wanted it to end. And this is 4 out of 5 stars. So I would say read both of them if you want. Like, I don't know. You heard the synopsis. You've heard my thoughts. You can do what you want to do. Anyways, that's the end of this one. And I will see you guys in the next one. Happy Pride. And yes, read LGBTQ representation books every month.